What's up, everyone? Matt back for another Who Are They Real Review. And today I'm here to talk to you about the latest installment in the Kingsman franchise, and that is none other than the Kingsmen. And I am so not happy to talk about this film. Um, as someone who absolutely adores both Kingsman films, yes, does Golden Circle have its issues, but but it is still balls to the walls, bonkers fun at points. I feel like this film is a huge step below its two predecessors. Now, let's be honest. The first Kingsman film, that movie was a complete and total shock. No one expected it to do as well as it did. It's based on a comic property that wasn't really popular, and the entire comic run was done inside of the first film, with some changes, of course. Um, and we now have a franchise, and it's like, all right, cool. And then we got the second film, like, oh, it's not as great. It's still fun, but it's not as good. I still personally love it more than most. And then they announced, hey, we're doing a prequel, and a lot of us were like, well, why are we doing a prequel when we haven't even got a third film yet? Why are you doing a prequel before the third film? Finish Eggsy's story. That's what we're interested in, because I'm gonna be honest, that is what the endearing part of Kingsman is. So, I, being a fan of the franchise, I've done a cosplay for Kingsman. You can see how I dressed up as a Kingsman in the Really Trivia Showdown somewhere on this channel, and yeah, I was so excited to just dive back into this world and get to spend time and maybe discover why and how the Kingsman came to be. And while we do get that, it's not a good movie at all. And I mean not. And you'll be like, when you get to my rating, you'll be like, Matt, why is I'll get to it. But all right, first off, I want to say Ralph Fiennes, great, love him. Just he's probably one of my two bright spots of this film. The other one being Gemma Arterton, who I've loved for years. Um, I feel like this movie is just two separate movies, because there are times where you have this really somber and serious tone, and then certain things happen, and it's just a different kind of wonky and bonkers. And while the other two Kingsman films were bonkers and balls to the wall wonky at times, they were still able to balance the tone. That's something we're completely missing here in this film. Uh, I love Rhys Ifans, but his Rasputin is just what I I I like they set him up to, or in the marketing campaign, they set him up to be the big bad. Spoiler alert, he's not, or spoiler alert, he's not. Um, and he's just it's somewhat uncomfortable, the comedy they try to do with him. It's weird. It's not fun. It's just it's a mess. And he's realistically in like only like the first half hour, 45 minutes of a near 2 hour film. Uh I I guess when the story is more serious, it's more entertaining. And that's something I did not expect to see or hear myself say in regards to a Kingsman movie. The action is still great. I'm never gonna take that away, but it's harder to get some of those signature Kingsman shots that they try to get with some of these older style weapons. And you kind of you kind of see Easter eggs onto how each weapon we know from the films with Eggsy and Harry are kind of invented in the mind of just like little Easter eggs. It's not like outward, like, hey, yeah, we came up with this. No, it's just things that happen within the story that I thought was really cool. Just kind of how the designs came out of situational necessity and then just continued to carry on throughout the franchise, and including the signature line we always hear, Oxford's not brogues. And that I did enjoy. The Easter eggs of the film to me were the saving grace. I found myself bored at times besides the action, and there's a scene in the first Kingsman movie where Harry talks about how the Kingsmen were founded. That is this entire movie, and I wish we had just left it at that scene in the Kingsman tailor shop when they're going down the really long elevator shaft in the fitting room. And I was just like, wow, that was better than this movie. That one scene gave me more to care about in regards to the Kingsman than this entire movie did. And that's sad as someone who likes this franchise. And I when I pull up my grade here for in a moment, it might seem like I'm being kind because I do love this franchise so much, and we did just have it announced by Matthew Vaughn that the third one's going to start filming in September of 2022 and close up Eggsy's story. I wish it wasn't closing it, but maybe it's best we close the door on this franchise completely, especially after watching this film. So with that, my Kingsman bias had me put it at a 2.5 out of 5. Realistically, I can go as low as a 2 or 1.5. I couldn't with this movie, and I wanted to, but I couldn't. And I normally go back and watch the Kingsman films. Those are two of my comfort films. I'm a completionist. I still won't own this. I don't need to see this movie again. It was a disappointment. It is all over the place. It is a mess. And outside of Easter eggs and two great performances, three. Harris Dickenson, he did well, but he wasn't given a lot to work with. That's a story issue. I'm not going to hold that against him. But yeah, it's nothing I'll actively seek to watch out again, and that saddens me because I love this franchise so much. But with that, this was another real review, and we got a few things coming for you. One, you can check out our Nightmare Alley review, which is also on the channel right now. See what I think about this film, because maybe I think it's better than Kingsman. Maybe I don't. We'll see. You got to find out by clicking the video. Also, what you can see later on tonight around 10 p.m. Eastern is my review for Spider-Man No Way Home. That's right. I got to see Spider-Man. What did I think? Come back, check it out, find out. And of course, don't forget our review for Licorice Pizza. That is up currently. And there will also be a second review of Licorice Pizza up soon from none other than Nick Mulbach, who got to see the film also. And finally, this upcoming Sunday, swinging into Spider-Man No Way Home. The crew is getting back together for the first real talk in forever, and we're going to swing into the details and all that of Spider-Man No Way Home. Really excited to do that with the guys again. We've been wanting to do something like this since, I want to say, since Snyder Cut. That's one of our favorite episodes where we have to just sit around, talk, dig into the movie, and have a real talk. So, yeah. But with that, I am Matt, and this was another Who Are They Real Review. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff right here at What Real Entertainment.